The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining me today. It's very nice that you're able to come out and listen to our Avalon presentation. Today, my name is Hilary Brown. I'm the Business Development Manager on behalf of Avalon Waterways, and I will be presenting today Avalon Waterways River Cruising. Today's agenda, we will be just covering a few points here. Why sail with Avalon? River cruising versus ocean cruising. 2021 itineraries, Beyond Europe, Assurance, because it is a different world today, Omramagao, and our promos. So why don't we just get started here? So I just wanted to talk a little bit about room to dream. You know, this is the time that I think if you're anything like me, I've got the itch to travel. I'm ready to sail again. And really, this is the time to book. We'll go over a couple of promotions later, but really, this is the time to book right now and sail later. Avalon Waterways is here to allow your dreams to come true. So let's just continue with how we're going to achieve that. Over the last 10 years, river cruising has grown, making waves in the travel industry and proving that when it comes to the bodies of water, ships and cities, bigger isn't always better. Avalon Waterways has led the way with our spacious, innovative, and award-winning suite ships. Our travelers enjoy a more intimate experience with an appealing crew-to-passenger ratio, which I'll go over a little bit later, personalized attention, and seamless dock-and-go sightseeing. At the most welcoming of ports, combined with the highest health standards and environmentally conscious practices in the industry. An Avalon Waterways river cruise gives travelers peace of mind throughout their vacation, from embarkation to the last goodbye. In today's presentation, we are going to cover three primary areas, which is a quick review of the Avalon Waterways, value, how we are different from ocean cruising, and what we are doing on board to assure a safe and enjoyable experience for you. So just as you can imagine, when you embark with Avalon Waterways, there is an amount of choice. We have over 80 cruises on 10 rivers throughout 20 countries in Europe, Asia, South America, and Egypt. You can discover the European continent on its legendary rivers from the North Sea to the Black Sea, from the English Channel to the Mediterranean Sea. Discover timeless traditions and beauties on the Rhine, the Danube, and the Rhone, just to name a few, of course. As I said, we go over 10 rivers. Explore the South America with a cruise on the Amazon or an expedition to the Galapagos. Discover ancient traditions on the Mekong in Southeast Asia, the sacred Ganges in India, or the mysterious Nile in Egypt. Cruise your way with countless combinations of land vacations before your cruise. This will allow you to add many different land vacations on top. And again, we'll go through that as the slides continue. Avalon truly reinvented river cruise ships. No other fleet of river cruise ships offers you a view of the world like Avalon suite ships. Featuring Avalon PANORAMA suites, 30% larger than the industry standard, they create river cruising only open air balconies, and with nothing in between the view and you. We've mastered the art of blending luxury with comfort and now blurring the line between outside and in, really letting the outside in. While other river cruise cabins are designed with beds against a wall, not much to look at when you're staring at a wall, whereas we have our beds facing the view with the widest opened 11 by 7 open air wall-to-wall balcony, floor-to-ceiling panoramic windows with Avalon Waterways. So just think this as a view with a room. I'd actually like to take this time to give a big shout out, a big happy birthday to our Panorama Suites as we are celebrating our 10th year anniversary. This is our staterooms right here. As I mentioned, 200 square foot staterooms, 11 by 7 open air balcony, really opening with a couch, a chair, your table. You have a TV with over 100 channels of movies that you are able to watch. We also have our fridge with robe, pillows, and a safe in our staterooms as well. We've actually also been, for the last 4 years, Cruise Critic, the ultimate authority in River Cruising designated Avalon as the best cabins in river cruising for the last 4 years running. This distinction comes from their editors who've seen it all from each river cruise lines, and they chose Avalon as the views are the best. We're very, very proud of that. So let's talk about the primary selling point of our open air balconies, and that's punctuality. Remember, all river cruise ships are built the same width and height. The ships are built to go through the locks and under the bridges. The bridges and locks are not built for these ships. So if a balcony were placed outside of a stateroom, you can imagine you would be losing 30 square feet of space inside. Whereas Avalon Waterways 200 square foot staterooms is a full open air balcony stateroom. So again, keep in mind with weather and climate in Europe for year-round sailings, wouldn't you rather be able to enjoy comfort and space 365 days a year, 24/7? Our suites and staterooms were specifically designed to maximize the guest space and viewing during your cruise. No wonder we're back-to-back champs. So again, you have to remember also history happened by the waters as well. Not much to look at, as I mentioned, staring at a wall. When sailing by, you can put your feet up and absolutely enjoy a panoramic, beautiful view. Just to give you another bird's eye, shall we say, this is, you can just, again, comparing our staterooms. So again, we are 30% larger than the travel industry out there with our 200 square foot staterooms, 11 by 7 open air balcony, the beds facing the view. We're the only company that has the beds facing the view that also enlarges our bathroom as well. Speaking about bathrooms, this is our bathroom here, Marble Bathrooms, L'Occitane products. This is where I kind of play Where's Waldo? If you look at the left-hand side of this picture, you'll see there's a brown and a white towel. I like to call them his and her towels. Honey, you dropped the towel on the floor. No, honey, you left it on the floor. No, honey, you did. No, it's brown. Pick it up. It's the little things that Avalon Waterways does as well. And it's the things that you may not notice, but other passengers do notice. So I've done this presentation quite a few times. And again, just looking at this picture right here, once a gentleman had mentioned that we had non-slip showers. That wouldn't have been important to me, but that was important to him. As well as our bedding as well is that we have an ample room under the beds to put your suitcase so you're not tripping over them as well. No matter where you are on our ships, you'll always have a panoramic view. That's one of the questions that I always get is what's the best side to be on our ships? And I can honestly tell you, no matter what side you are on, you'll always have that beautiful panoramic view. So by creating more room throughout the ship, by having the largest staterooms in river cruising, just think larger rooms means less can fit on ships, which equals less passengers. So again, more room, less passengers, more space. We are able to offer you ample space to really stretch out and enjoy your experience from the outdoor observation lounge, as you can see in the upper left-hand corner here, or one of our elegant panorama lounges where you are surrounded by endless views and changing scenic vistas. So don't worry, because there are fewer passengers on our ships, there's always ample room for you to sit, relax, and enjoy. River cruise vessels are built to slowly ply through the world's weaving and maneuvering rivers, to port in storybook settings, to sail under centuries-old bridges and squeeze between 12-meter wide locks. Avalon Waterways floating boutique hotels hold an average of 150 passengers. Although some are much smaller, sweet ships on the Mekong River, for example, have just 18 staterooms. That accommodates 36 passengers. And while fellow passenger numbers are low, Avalon's onboard crew ratio is high. In fact, on every ship, the average guest-to-crew ratio is 3-to-1, which means travelers have crew members easily and happily catering to your needs every moment of every day. Unlike ocean cruising, which offers guests a plethora of large-scale onboard entertainment activities, catering to hundreds or thousands of guests, river cruisings are not built that way. Instead, river cruise itineraries are destination-focused, with local guides who help travelers experience and connect with the world around them. Most river cruise itineraries also sail off the beaten path, visiting small fairy tale villages, quaint village squares, and family-owned wineries, bakeries, restaurants along the way. Further cues are not news on the world's rivers. Avalon Waterways excursions typically accommodate smaller groups of guests at a time, providing every traveler with immersive and authentic experience. On a river cruise, travelers are not at sea. They do not get seasick, nor is the cabin fever. Instead, river cruising wind and bend through the heart of fascinating countries, providing a panoramic view of the old world. Always within a few feet from shore on a river cruise vessel, travelers pass cliff-top castles, hillside vineyards, ancient villages, and capital cities. Every day and every night, travelers like you have quick and easy access to the port of calls, local hosts, immersive experience, and even health and medical professionals if needed. So let's close our eyes and take a bigger picture here. I really want you to imagine that better is not always bigger. I really want to show the difference in size between an ocean and river cruise ships. So if we were to close our eyes, just imagine our ships, approximately 150 passengers. Our ships are 120 to 168 passengers. Let's say an average of 150 passengers. Close your eyes and you can imagine 150 passengers on our Avalon River cruising versus an average passenger count of a big ocean cruise of 3,000 plus passengers. More passengers is less intimate. Less passengers, more intimate. As I say, with Avalon Waterways, our staterooms are bigger staterooms, less passengers, more space. And again, I really want you to close your eyes and I really want you to think this on a football field right now. Taking your eyes, thinking a river cruise, approximately 150 passengers. If you were to put your hands out, you're looking at one football field and ample space still on that football field. Whereas when you're looking at a deck space with a big ocean cruise, think how many passengers are on a football field of 750 passengers, and that is 4 fields. So again, imagine 750 passengers over 4 fields, and with Avalon Waterways, we are 150 passengers per 1 football field. And again, as I mentioned, our passenger ratio with Avalon Waterways is 3-to-1, whereas big cruise ships is 6-to-1. And again, stateroom turnover numbers, you're looking at big ocean cruisers of 1,500 passengers versus 83 passengers. So you've really got to see the difference. Better is not always bigger. When it comes to the ship shape suite ships, the safety, health, and well-being of our guests and crew is our top priority. Avalon Waterways takes the idea of leave a little sparkle wherever you go to a whole new level. Avalon Waterways ships are subject to the highest safety and hygiene standards. As well as our clean service praise, I wanted to share a little quote from one of our passengers. Ship was immaculately clean and the food and wine were outstanding. The ship was small enough that everyone could fit into the dining room comfortably and at once. So I really wanted to focus on a couple of new itineraries that we have. We have 7 new itineraries for 2021. So this way you can see more of the world. So I'm just going to go over a few itineraries with a couple of high-level highlights of the itinerary. You can always contact the Blows, Carlson, Stewart Travel agents for more details. So one of the itineraries I really wanted to focus on in 2018, we came out with our active and discovery on the Danube. 2019, we came out with our active and discovery on the Rhine. 2020, we came out with our active and discovery on the Rhone. And now this year, we have our active and discovery in Belgium and Holland, really allowing you to explore Holland and Belgium with classic, active, and new discoveries and following the road less traveled that calls to you. And this is an 8-day itinerary round trip, Amsterdam to Amsterdam. Just to go over a couple of the highlights, on this 8-day adventure, you will get to enjoy a guided visit to a family-owned oyster farm, active in the cultivation and shellfish in the Netherlands since 1906. A taste of oysters and lobsters accompanied with a glass of wine is the perfect ending to this beautiful experience. And you'll also get to take a bike tour to explore Brussels in a fun and eco-friendly way and learn all there is to know about the history and culture. Your local guide will not only show you the must-see sites, but they'll also show you the hidden spots. You will then have the opportunity to attend a pottery workshop in a characteristic painter's room. A professional painter will guide you through the process of painting a Delft tile. One of the other new itineraries that we have for 2021 is our 9 days from Zagreb to Bucharest, the Danube from Croatia to the Black Sea. This is a wonderful cruise. The Danube is one of the most significant trades and transportation routes in European history and is one of the most celebrated bodies of water in the world. On the Danube from Croatia to the Black Sea cruise, we invite you to follow the Danube through the beauty and the history of the Balkan states from Croatia to Romania. This 9-day trip along the Danube allows you to explore the Croatian capital and discover its Austro-Hungarian architecture. Or you can take a tour of Belgrade, where the Danube and the Sava rivers converge, and you can see the city's many fascinating sites, including the St. Sava, one of the world's largest Orthodox churches. You can also visit a fortress, GALÁPAGOS, one of the best preserved medieval fortresses in Europe, where our clients, you, will hear about the history as a border control defense in the Middle Ages. Now, just speaking about the Danube as well, is that you also, and actually, let me just go back to this. You also can add on to this itinerary. You can add Avalon Waterways, which I'll go into a little bit further. You can add Transylvania with Avalon, or you can even add a taste of Croatia, a tour with our Globus product as well. So in addition to short and sweet cruises, we also have more countries, more ports, and more possibilities on the Danube. In such a great depth, the Danube is just as fitting as the first-time river cruisers as it is for seasoned and off-the-beaten-path traveler, offering countless views of a one-of-a-kind of excursion and unexpected ports of call. No one goes the distance along the Danube like Avalon Waterways does. So whether you are testing the waters or diving into the next cruise, we welcome you aboard. So there are different types of travelers on the Danube. Just speaking about the Danube, we've got our first timers, we've got our savvy sightseers, and then we've got the been there, done thaters. So a couple of itineraries that I really wanted to focus on for these passengers. Hopefully we've got a few online today. So the first timers, this is the winding through 3 iconic capital cities with views of fairy tales, castles, and storybook villages along the way. The perfect Danube cruise is the ideal choice for the first-time river cruises. I would say the perfect pick for you is the Taste on the Danube. This is the introductory cruise that visits 3 countries and 3 capitals in just 4 days, giving you first-timers an incredible opportunity to sample river cruising without breaking the bank. Then, of course, hopefully we've got some savvy sightseers on here. And that is really 1 river, 10 countries, more than a dozen languages. The Danube connects seasoned travelers to the diverse culture, custom, and cuisine of Central and Eastern Europe in ways you've never experienced before. The perfect pick that I would pick for our savvy sightseers is the Balkan Discovery. And this is ideal for travelers who have already experienced the countries of the Upper Danube. The enlightening cruise carries travelers from Budapest to Bucharest to discover the beauty and lure of the Balkan states of Croatia, Serbia, Bulgaria, and Romania. And then for the passengers, who we've got a few of you on here as well, is the been there, done thaters. And this is by anchoring that unexpected locals along the Danube. Avalon Waterways takes cruisers off the beaten path and port. The perfect pick that I would suggest is our Active and Discovery on the Danube. Going where other cruise lines don't, this is an unexpected cruise that leads travelers to 6 new ports with a choice of over 24 active, discovery, and classic excursions options for the ultimate customization. So again, that's the picks that I would pick for your first-timers, savvy sightseers, and been that, done thaters. We also have our Taste of Egypt. This is a 10-day tour or cruise from round trip Cairo to Cairo. And you can also add an extension to Jordan. You can add flights from Cairo to Amman. You can add 1 night in Amman and Petra and 2 nights hotel at the Dead Sea. This itinerary is for the traveler that's really to stand at the foot of the pyramids, answer the riddle of the Sphinx, and sail down the historic Nile River. This is our itinerary, Taste of the Egypt itinerary. It really gives you an experience of Egypt's magnificent cities, great pyramids, massive temples, really uncovering the secrets of one of the world's most advanced cultures. Now, when it comes to Avalon Waterways is all about choice. And when it comes to our excursions, we always give our passengers a choice of a classic, a discovery, or an active. So you could be traveling with your friends, your companions, your neighbor, your husband, your wife, and your spouse, and you could be going on the same itinerary but having a completely different experience. So the choices that we have here is our classic, our discovery, and our active itineraries. Our classic are the must-see sites in a destination that a local guide will bring you to the destination to a life and only an Avalon Waterways can. We have our discovery, which is more hands-on, more engaging, cooking, learning to paint a Van Gogh or a Monet, maybe canoeing, cooking lessons in Vienna, learning how to make schnitzel, potato salad, strudel, all at the same time as enjoying wine. Then, of course, we have our active. And when it comes to our active itineraries, you do not need to be active to go on any of these itineraries. Again, these itineraries are more hands-on engaging. But when it comes to our active excursion, this is really maybe you want to do a jogging tour of Amsterdam, biking tour, a paddling tour down the Rhine, canoeing down the Danube, maybe even taking a hiking the way through a scenic locals. Again, you could be sailing on the exact same itinerary with a completely different excursion. So you'll have this completely different, same itinerary with different experience. When it comes to Avalon Waterways, we are the youngest fleet on the water. Our average age is 6 years. We do not rebuild our ships, nor do we refurbish our ships. We only build new ships. After 8 years, we're the youngest fleet on the water. Our average age is 8 years. We say goodbye to our ships. Avalon Waterways are all the same ships. They're all sister ships, all panoramic views, as I mentioned, with 200 square foot staterooms, really letting the outside in. When you're looking at the ship on the top right-hand side as well, if you're looking at that picture right there, one innovative design with Avalon Waterways I love is that we are 3.5 deck versus all other cruise lines, which is 4 decks. When it comes to the 3.5 deck, you have to understand that some itineraries you actually do go under the bridge. And depending on how many bridges, everything gets collapsed on top. So again, depending on, it could be hours that everything's collapsed. Whereas Avalon Waterways has that half deck, which allows you to sit outside and absolutely enjoy the view when sailing under the bridges. Another feature that we have as well is our stay longer, start sooner and stay longer. Avalon now makes it easy and seamlessly for you to customize your vacation before and after your Avalon River cruise. Your Way offers added nights in a selection of locals from Budapest to Barcelona that you can spend a little or a lot of time getting to know more shore in Your Way custom itineraries. And we're just going to go through this in the next couple of slides. So really, what is cruising your way? It's really allowing the vacation your way when you want to stay a little bit longer or before or after your cruise. With a number of Your Way options, we make it easy to extend your river cruise vacation with land itineraries that are perfectly suited to your preference. You can choose from 3 Your Way travel styles before or after your cruise, an Avalon extension that offers expert guided sightseeing with plenty of free time, or a Monograms, which is our independent travel vacations that complete with your own local host to assist you with the guidance, the tips, and arrangements throughout your stay, or a Globus escorted tour with dedicated coach driver, tour director, and certified local guides. No matter which Your Way extension you choose, we take care of the seamless details like the ship-to-hotel transportation and superior accommodations in the world's most fascinating cities, from Paris to Prague, Budapest to Berlin, and many, many more as well. So I'm just going to give you an example of an itinerary here, and this is really the perfect example of a true Your Way customization. You can have a group of 4, both sailing on the Central European experience with completely different pre- and post-cruise trips. You would want, maybe some of you will want to see London and Paris and Prague, can still travel together. Let the first couple arrive early, spending additional time before your cruise, exploring London and Paris with Monograms, or really getting to know and explore the wonderful cities. Meanwhile, your other friends will end their vacation in Prague with Avalon Waterways, and both of you getting additional time in the cities of your dreams. It's the little things at Avalon Waterways. We have our Lavazza coffee at the front and the back of the ship, L'Occitane products. If you look in the bottom right-hand corner, we have our state-of-the-art equipment. I like to say the least used room, but it is there, the state-of-the-art equipment, as well as choice of pillow and bedding as well. And then we also have our flex dining, and that's new to us, giving you the option for dining times and venues, building the mission that your cruise is your own, really giving you the choice of where you want to eat and when you want to eat. So on Avalon Cruise, every meal is a part of your journey. So we've always been able to select our breakfast time. So again, your breakfast time is a choice of an early riser, a late riser, your main breakfast, excuse me. But now you can also feel free to join us in the dining room from dinner at your leisure from 7 p.m. until 8:30 p.m. This is our main panorama lounge, dining room, and here we seat from 4 passengers up to 8 passengers. And let me just kind of go through a day with Avalon Waterways. So in the morning, you're going to wake up. As I said, you have a choice of breakfast, an early riser, a late riser, or your full breakfast. Then you're going to go off and you're going to have a morning city tour, and then you're going to come back and have lunch. Your lunch will be a choice of having lunch in here, the dining room, or you, depending on a couple of slides, I'm going to be showing you our Sky Grill, which also gives you the choice of having an outside grill lunch as well. Then you're going to have the afternoon at leisure, and then you're going to come back and you're going to have dinner in this dining room here. Your dining room, your meal will consist of a soup, a salad, a main meal, and a dessert. Your main meal will consist of a red meat, a vegetarian, a fish, or a chicken, as well as, I think I mentioned it earlier as well, is that beer and wine is included with lunch as well. And the wine is not house wine, it is regional wines. My husband and I actually fell in love with a bottle on our honeymoon 10 years ago, and I actually just found it in the LCBO about 3 years ago, and it's Cotoron. It's $22 a bottle. This is our Panorama Bistro. So if you feel like having something exactly what you are having downstairs, you can also get the same meal upstairs, but more on hot plates. So if you want to go off and enjoy if you're docked in a city or a small quaint village, you can go off and enjoy the evening, have a quick bite to eat, exactly what you're getting downstairs. Maybe you have a concert that you have tickets for. Again, just have a quick bite here, and then you can go off and enjoy your evening. We also have, this is a Sky Grill where you, depending on season and weather, where we have hamburgers, chicken burgers, steak, again, wine and beer with included at lunch, 2 soups made fresh daily as well with our lunches, as well as ice cream. So just to enjoy the little benefits of Avalon Waterways. We also now have a continental room service that you are available to order throughout your state, as well as we also have a picnic lunch. So if you really want to bring that romance back, maybe go off and enjoy a lovely picnic lunch. Our maitre d' as well as our chef will put something together, and you can go off and enjoy a picnic lunch. We've partnered with these brothers. They are 3-star culinary brothers, Leo and Carl Rank. They really believe in emerging health dining movement. They believe in using fresh ingredients. We serve clean, surprising flavors with just that dash of innovation, really making the creative yet wholesome options are available on board at every meal. So again, whether you're looking for an energizing juice at breakfast, an artfully crafted salad at lunch, or a high-protein plate at dinner, Avalon Fresh allows you to fuel your adventures and nutritional values day and night. We also have the possibilities are wide open with views. Again, Avalon Waterways is all about making your experience home away from home. So again, we have your choice of your way about bringing your entire vacation experience to your fingertips, really letting you be your own storytellers. We also have our Avalon Choice, as I mentioned as well. It's all about choice on board and shore. For you, whether or not you want to take part in a sunrise stretching to how you want to explore each port city as well. We also have our Avalon Go app, which I'll go into a little while. And of course, we have the flexing dining, where, as mentioned, where you want to eat, when you want to eat, how you want to eat as well. We let you choose each ingredient along your culinary journey. We also have our special interest cruise. Just a couple I really wanted to focus on here is the one in the bottom right-hand side. With 32 offices worldwide, even if we have one Canadian on board, we will take you to Juno Beach on our Paris to Normandy's landing. So just to keep that in mind as well. Now, I have spoken quite a bit about our itineraries, but I also wanted to mention that we also have our short and sweet itineraries as well. Just a couple of that, anything from 4 days up to 6 days, a taste of the Rhine, Danube Symphony, a taste of the Danube, again, Christmas time cruises. So those are all available on avalonwaterways.ca, as well as, again, please speak to the consultants at Blows and Stewart Travel. On board as well is we have our Avalon Adventure Center, our Adventure Host, and our Go apps, which I'm going to go through in the next couple of slides. So continuing with the belief that river cruising wants active options with sailing on Europe's river, Avalon Waterways has invested in our brand new Adventure Center. And here you can sign out complimentary bicycles. We have 16 bicycles on board, binoculars, yoga mats, stretching bands, again, Fitbits, Nordic walking sticks, helmets to go with the bicycles, picnic blankets to go with that picnic lunch. So quite a few options that you can sign out. And again, those are all complimentary. We also have our adventure host. This is, they're on board, and they really do not take away from the cruise director. The adventure host is there to focus on you, helping you maintain your active lifestyle on board and planning active adventures ashore. So some of the details that our adventure hosts do every day is they have the export resources from information on active excursions and things to help you with hiking trails, bike rides, jogging routes. They also lead some group exercise on board, stretching, yoga, just to name a few, Pilates. They also lead some walking and jogging hiking excursions. They sometimes accompany some active optional excursions. They are responsible, of course, for the management of the gear and process and the adventure center. And they are also able to assist with the fitting of the bicycles and helmets. Most important, though, they're really friendly, outgoing, enthusiastic about fitness and supportive of the abilities of Avalon guests. When sailing with Avalon Waterways, if you are doing air inclusive, we include the transfers. If you are doing cruise only, for example, maybe you have your own points with some airlines, you can always purchase transfers from us as well. But again, direct embarkation, we take you directly to the ship within Europe only. And you are treated as Avalon passengers the moment that you step on our ships. The staterooms will not be available until about 4 p.m., but at least you can have a bite to eat, put your feet up, kind of feel home away from home the moment you step on our ships. Speaking about ships as well, we also really go beyond Europe. One of the itineraries that we have here is the heart of Cambodia and Vietnam. And again, you can add Bangkok to that. This itinerary starts 3 nights in Siem Reap and ends 2 nights in Ho Chi Minh City and sails down the Mekong for 7 nights. And as I mentioned, you can add Bangkok to that as well. Our smaller ships on the Mekong really are beautiful ships. They sail into surprising places no other ship can. We tread more lightly on these delicate lands while getting you up close to cultures you will never forget. Our all-suite Avalon Siem Reap carries 36 passengers for a more personal experience. These ships are have been crafted to offer all modern features you expect while retaining their charm. While the maximum number of guests may be small, the ships aren't. They are 245 square foot staterooms. Again, really having the outside, really letting the outside in with the full open air balcony. They're spacious. We have open seating dining room, bars serving premium spirits, wine and company complimentary coffee, tea, soft drinks, and local beer and spirits available throughout the day. Complimentary Wi-Fi on all our ships, including our Europe ships as well. Spa treatment room, fitness room, library and games, and of course all our ships are non-smoking interior. So just another itinerary that we have is the Ganges River. This is really allows Avalon Waterways sailing to the Ganges River on a brand new destination for us. It slowly courses through one of the world's most fertile and populated areas along its banks. Human life, it's connected to the waters. We really share an enchanting glimpse of life away from India's big cities. Our itinerary here is our 13 days Delhi to Kolkata, 13 days, as well as you can also add extensions to this itinerary as well. We can make it a 16-day itinerary with adding 2 nights in Kathmandu, or you can make it 18 days with 2 nights in Cochin, 2 nights in Mumbai, and 1 night Varanasi, or you can make it 21 days adding both extensions here as well. And this ship is 56 guests versus our 36 guests in Southeast Asia. 3 decks versus our 2 decks in Southeast Asia, and you always have a choice of upgrades. I believe we have 4 upgrade options as well. So again, this is the Ganges Voyager, 56 passengers, 35 crew. The itinerary that we will be doing here is 2 nights in Delhi, 2 nights in Agra, 2 nights in Jaipur, and then we also have flying down to Kolkata and sailing down the Ganges River. Another itinerary that we have in our collection is our Peruvian Amazon. This is really a destination for Avalon Waterways like no other major cruise line can go. It's the Amazon River throughout Peru. Imagine venturing deep into the Amazon jungle in search of elusive wildlife, taking a swim with pink dolphins, visiting native communities, all while returning to an air-conditioned suite, hot shower, and an oversized plush bed. So again, you can choose from 2 incredible itineraries with multiple ways to add on to your destination, such as Ecuador, Galapagos Islands, and other popular South American countries with our Monograms product. So our itinerary here is 2 nights starting in Lima, ending in 1 night in Lima as well. So again, going to Machu Picchu, Sacred Valley, an absolutely beautiful itinerary here. A ship that we will be using is the Delphin 3, 44 passengers, 24 crew, and 4 naturalists. One of my bucket list is our Galapagos Islands. This is a wonderful itinerary as well, and you can always choose to explore either Ecuador or Peru in the conjunction with your Galapagos cruise as well. This is an absolutely wonderful itinerary. The ship that we are using here is the Treasures of the Galapagos, which is 16 passengers. Well, shall we call it a yacht, 10 crew, and 1 naturalist. The itinerary that we'll be using here is 2 nights starting in Quito and ending 1 night in Quito as well. It's absolutely wonderful itinerary, and it is on my bucket list. Another feature that we have with Globus family of brands is we have our apps. If you remember a couple of slides earlier, I said I was going to share about our Go apps, and this is them. We have our Globus, Cosmos, Monograms, and Avalon Go apps. Definitely recommend that you download them before you go, and it's a wonderful app. They're an augmented navigation, reality navigation systems, which means you do not need Wi-Fi or data to use these apps. They connect you to your vacation, your itinerary. You can have your flights, your e-documents, your pre and post nights, notification alerts, travel guides, maps, recommendations for dining, sites, shopping, entertainment, etc. We also have travel journal, expense calculator, currency converter, weather forecast, social media. So again, pen it, snap it, and post it. And again, with an augmented navigation system, I really wanted to show you how it works in the next slide here. Is the first picture that you're looking at is our highlights of Spain and Portugal. That is your itinerary. And then the next slide is your day-by-day itinerary. And then the third picture is where is our map. So this is where the augmented navigation system really comes into effect with the attractions, restaurants, drinking, nightlife, entertainment, shopping, etc. So you would click on that and it would take you just as Google Maps would or Waze, and then take you right back to the ship as well. And again, you do not need data or Wi-Fi to use these apps. They're an absolutely wonderful augmented navigation system. Again, I really want to let you know that we do focus on, again, the right kind of footprints. As a result, we have taken great strides to improve monitoring and measurement to reduce the environmental impact, to save waters, limit waste, and to foster a sustainability culture amongst our crew and you as our guests. And one of the ways that we have done that is we have introduced our e-documents for Avalon departures as well. Now, we have to really get off a different way of normal because today's world has definitely changed. And I really want to share the next couple of slides about what Avalon Waterways has done to with the enhanced onboard procedures and protocols with the insurance. So as I mentioned, today's world has changed, but what remains certain is Avalon's commitment to you, our guests, the safety and comfort and peace of mind. To that end, we've established a set of enhanced onboard protocols and procedures throughout a new Avalon insurance program to ensure the health and happiness of you throughout the cruise with us. It all starts with our global health and safety team dedicated to ensuring the cleanliness of all operations exceeds today's travel standards from start to finish. And the following are the areas that we've addressed with Avalon and the commitment to the cleanliness for you as our guests. So number one is welcome aboard. And with new embarkation procedures to offer you a safe start to your journey will include social distancing throughout embarkation, mandatory health screening, including touch-free temperature checks for all of you and crew, all guests, and luggage disinfection prior to onboarding with crew wearing gloves and masks. Also, in addition to our open air staterooms, as I said, really letting the outside in, the air in our ships is not circulated between our staterooms, only within an individual stateroom and mixed with fresh outside air. New social distancing guidelines for guests throughout your Avalon cruise will include reducing ship capacity as required for more space on board per guest, introducing more dining venues for more dining space per person, crew wearing masks for the duration of the cruise during any guest interaction, providing masks for guests to wear during any event where social proximity could become an issue, including disembarkation for excursions and safety drills, and of course, adjusting the ratio of guides and coaches for excursions as required. Reducing the risk with hands-free service will include more hand sanitizations throughout the ship, required use of hand sanitizing stations when leaving the ship, returning to the ship, and entering dining venues, as well as entering each public common space. Self-serve stations, for example, including buffets, drinks, specialty coffees, and snacks have been replaced with crew service. All buffets and lunches also replaced by a full range of a la carte menu choices. And then, of course, hourly, if not more frequent, disinfections of public areas. Our enhanced cleaning procedures throughout each ship will include these additional steps that go above and beyond Avalon's already strict procedures. Deep disinfecting of each stateroom between cruises will include the use of disinfectants and cleaning materials that meet the highest standards. Soft goods in each stateroom, for example, your mattress, sofa, window coverings, chairs, etc., will be disinfected between cruises. Disinfecting of all dining room areas between meals. Disinfecting of all shared items like umbrellas, bicycles, and other adventure center items. Disinfecting of all goods prior to loading on the ship. And ongoing crew training in protective equipment use and hygiene. And then, of course, we also have to think of our crew. We do have to focus on them as well. Ensuring a healthy crew will include medical certificates prior to the start of the contract, daily temperature checks, social distancing in crew living quarters, and regular health screening. I also wanted to let you know that we also have Omaramagao. Omaramagao is the play of Jesus Christ, the crucifixion of Jesus Christ. It happens every 10 years, and 2020 was supposed to be the year. Unfortunately, due to the pandemic, it has been suspended until 2022. We have 12 Globus itineraries, we have 2 Cosmos itineraries, and we have 2 river cruise itineraries as well. I really wanted to share with Omaramagao, Globus family of brands. We are the only company that have an office and a hotel in Omaramagao. You have to imagine Omaramagao is a very small town, and all these big coaches are coming in with all these passengers coming to see the theater. Whereas we are an 8-minute walking distance to the theater. It's an 8-hour show, and halfway between we break and we go and have dinner, which we take you right back to the hotel, and then again an 8-minute walking distance back to the theater. Globus family of brands also includes first class tickets and seated in category 1. This I absolutely love is our peace of mind travel plan. So again, when the world is ready, we will also be ready to deliver you the world ready to you. Risk-free, hassle-free, worry-free, and strings-free with our new Peace of Mind travel plan. So this is a complimentary plan, and it will be attached to all 2021 vacation bookings, giving you, the traveler, the flexibility to move vacations to any other 2021 or 2022 date, destination, itinerary, or even another brand in our vast portfolio. No penalties, no problem, as long as the booking is moved before the final payment. So, of course, this has come into effect due to the pandemic. However, let's think outside of the box. Now you've got an Avalon River cruise booked for October. You get that wedding invitation in June, and you're like, oh, that was the week that we were going on the cruise. As long as final payment has not been made, you can change the date, the destination, the itinerary, or even a different brand, again, in our vast travel portfolio with Globus, Cosmos, Monograms, or Avalon, up until December the 31st, 2022. Again, it is complimentary. There are no penalties and no problem as long as it's done prior to final payment. Another promotion that we have is that I really wanted to share with you is our upgrade is on us. So when you book a 2021 Europe River cruise, you will receive a complimentary panorama suite. So now you know there's absolutely no reason to book, not to book with Avalon Waterways for 2021. First, you get the upgrade of a panorama suite worth $15.99 per person, as well as you also get the complimentary Peace of Mind travel. In addition to that, I wanted to really thank you for joining me today. I am also offering a $200 off per couple as long as you book by November the 11th. So just to keep that in mind, now you have the Peace of Mind travel plan, you have the upgrade view on us, and you have $200 off per couple as long as it's booked by November the 11th. And really, that all really comes down to sweet dreams of summer. And this is really where I had mentioned earlier is that Avalon Waterways, Globus family of brands really wants your dreams to become reality. I know that you are thinking of traveling, and hopefully very, very soon we will all be ready to travel. But again, this is the time to book. So you have to remember all the suspended tours that we had for 2020 have now also moved to 2021. So if you are thinking about it, again, reach out to the consultant and ask them to check space for you. I really wanted to take this time to thank you very, very much. I will just have a little peek if there's any questions there. One person said that they had no sound. Only one person said that. Hopefully everybody else had sound. Nobody else had said anything. So again, I really wanted to thank everybody to joining me today. There's no other questions tonight. If you do have any questions, again, just reach out to the consultants and they will be happy to answer any questions for you. Again, thank you very, very much for joining me today. Please stay safe and we look forward to seeing you on Avalon Waterways. Thank you.